Hi everyone, I'm Patricia Aguilar and welcome to my YouTube channel. For today's video, I will show how to create a full course menu. I will also perform the basic table skirting, how to formally set up a formal place setting, and the different or 10 different table napkin folding. So what are we waiting for? Let's jump to the video. In this part of my video, I will show how to formally set up a table for dinner. For the first part, place the service or charger plate in the middle of the table and then followed by dinner knife on the right side of the service or charger plate, and then followed by fish knife make sure that it has a gap from each other, and then place the soup bowl after adding the fish knife on the table. Then add the water goblet on the top right side of the table. Followed by red wine glass on the right side. Make sure that it has a gap from each other, just like this one. After placing the red wine glass, place the white wine glass and then add the dinner plate on the top of the service charger plate. Followed by salad plate, add the dinner fork on the left side of a plate, followed by the salad fork. Again, make sure that it has a gap from each other. Then add the salad fork. Followed by the fish plate on the top of the salad plate, as well as the soup bowl or consomme cup and saucer. Then place the bread and butter plate on the left side top of the table. Followed by your red knife on the top of the bread and butter plate. Anyways, I'm using alternative knife to show the formally placed setup. Then, if you have a dessert, kindly add a dessert fork on the top of your plate. As well as the dessert spoon on the top of your dessert fork. Just like that. Then lastly, add your table napkin on the left side of your table. Then it is done. You can now formally start your formal dinner with your loved ones. And for the last or my 10th type of table napkin, I have pouch. For the first step, lay the napkin face down in front of you. Next, fold the napkin in half and orient the open end towards in front of you. Then, fold the napkin into quarters. Orient the napkin so the open corner faces away from you. Next, fold a cone shape in the middle of the napkin, same with the left side of the napkin. Make sure that it will form a cone-shaped pouch and you have a pocket or a space pocket for the dinner knife, dinner spoon, and dinner fork. Place in a clean show plate, service or charger plate, or any kind of plate that will be appropriate for the design. For the 8th fold, I have 4 sides of the box. For the first step, lay the napkin face down in front of you. Next is fold the napkin in half by half and orient the open ends towards the middle. Repeat the second step for the second time. Once you fold again the napkin, you can formally start create an L shape in the middle of the napkin.
pull the next layer of the napkin to create an airplane-like paper. Then kindly put up the end of left side under the corner of the right side. Make sure that you will create a fold size of boxes just like you saw in the video, and prepare an appropriate dinner or service charger plate to place the table napkin paired with the dinner fork, dinner spoon, and dinner knife. For my third napkin fold, I have the cone. For the first step, lay the napkin face down in front of you. Next, fold the napkin diagonally in half. Next is orient the napkin so the open corner faces away from you. Fold the leftmost corner diagonally so the point rests on the top of the far corner. Repeat the last step with the right side, bringing this fold evenly along to the last one. Turn the napkin over, keeping the open ends pointing away from you. Next, evenly fold the bottom third of the napkin up and press down well. An iron may be needed here. Fold both the left and right sides back and underneath the napkin evenly to create the finished product. For the first fold, I have birds of paradise. For the first step, fold the napkin in half twice. Next is turn it so then 4 open corners are the top. Fold one corner to the next. Turn again to sew the 4 corners. Once you sew the 4 corners, fold corner to corner to mark the middle. Fold the lower edge to the center line to get a kite shape on the both sides. The press firmly to make it stay together. Turn or flip around. Wrap the overlapping ears upwards. Fold in half again. Once the folding is already done, just press it together. Open it and fold the 4 layers upward. For the 6th type of table napkin fold, I have the crown fold. Start with a square chinned thinner napkin, completely unfolded or fold the napkin in half diagonally. Next, orient the napkin so the open ends are pointing away from you. Fold the napkin right corner up so that the point rests directly on the top of the middle corner. The edge of this new flap should lie on the center line of the napkin. Repeat on the other side, bringing the leftmost corner up to meet the middle corner. This creates a diamond shape. Flip the napkin over horizontally, keeping the open part of the napkin at the top. Fold the bottom of the napkin up about 2/3 of the way. Press this fold down well. Fold the smaller triangle down. Then the point should rest on the near edge of the napkin. Curl the left and right side of the napkin up so they meet in the middle. Tuck one into the other. Flip over. Stand up napkin and pull down on sides. Tug and napkin were needed to even it up and round it out. The fourth fold I have here is Lily napkin fold. Start with folding the napkin half diagonally, so we'll bring it cover or corner down to the opposite corner. Next, are going to bring both of these corners down to the bottom corner, just like in bishop napkin folding. Next, we'll fold both of those corners up to the top corner. Then I take this corner and will fold it up well, go past to this edge about that much, then we'll actually tuck it underneath. Fold up right along that edge. Turn the whole thing over. And now I'm going to fold this right side over, then we'll fold the left side over, and we're gonna take this point and we're going to stick it inside of this pocket. And then as you do that, you can start to round it out just like in bishop napkin fold and turn it around, and you'll see these 2 points. You just pull those out to the side just like this, and it does stand off on its own. To make it a lily fold, you can also take that a stick the fluff inside like this, and that's it. For the sixth fold, I have the rosebud. For the first step, lay the napkin face down in front of you. Next is fold the napkin diagonally in half. Third step is orient the napkin so the open ends points away from you. Next is fold the far right corner half diagonally so that the point rests on the top of the far corner. The edge of this new flap should lay right on the center line. Repeat step 4 on the other side. Bring the leftmost corner up to meet the far corner, creating a diamond shape. Flip the napkin over while keeping the open end pointing away from you. Next, fold the bottom of the napkin up about 3/4 of the way as shown and press the fold down well. Flip the napkin over. Curl both sides up so they meet in the middle and tuck one in the other. And tuck one into the other. Stand it up, straighten it out. If you have trouble keeping the points even, break out the iron and backtrack to the folds that mess up your alignment. For the seventh fold, I have the diamond. For the first step, lay the napkin face down in front of you. Fold the napkin in half and orient the open end toward you. Next, fold the napkin into quarters. Then, fold the topmost layer of the napkin in the half diagonally, up and to the left. Next, fold the next layer of the napkin diagonally, up to the left, stopping slightly before the last fold to create an even staggered effect. Repeat by folding off the next layer of the napkin to the point just before the last one. Then, do it one last time with one last layer. Keep them as uniform as you can. And then now, fold both sides of the napkin under and in to create an even staggered diamond effect on the napkin. Press it down as flat as possible. For the eighth fold, I have the rose fold. For the first step, lay the napkin flat in front of you. Always use a cloth napkin rather than a paper one, as the larger the napkin, the easier it is to fold. Your napkin should be square-shaped in order to create fold the napkin rose in half diagonally. The end result will look like a triangle. Roll the napkin with the longest side near you and roll the triangle up until it reaches up away. Although this part is little tricky, you will get soon the hang of it. Next, turn the napkin over. Flip the napkin so that you can see the rolls. The longest side should be the nearest to you. At this stage, the napkin looks like a triangle with two tails. For the part 2 of pulling down the napkin flaps, roll off the tail edge. Take the end of one tail and roll until it reaches the end of other tail. When you're done rolling, tuck the free end of your napkin into the small pocket created at the bottom. The napkin will look like a torch or a candle. Next, shape two sides flaps. Inside your creation, there should be two flaps. Pull one to the left and the other to the right. It's easy to mess this step up, so do it carefully. Next, turn the napkin over. It is now cropped into the shape of a rose. Continue this process with remaining napkins until all are completed. Then, display your creation on a table. If you are throwing a dinner party, you will impress guests with your imaginative napkin displays. Place the silverware to either side of the napkin roses. Allow your napkins to be the centerpiece. For the most practical and classy of centerpiece, display enough napkins folded in roses so that everyone can grab one of their food arrives. For the sixth type of table napkin fold, I have the crown fold. Start with a square chinned thinner napkin. Completely unfolded or fold the napkin in half diagonally. Next, orient the napkin so the open ends are pointing away from you. Fold the napkin right corner up so that the point rests directly on the top of the middle corner. The edge of this new flap should lie on the center line of the napkin. Repeat on the other side, bringing the leftmost corner up to meet the middle corner. This creates a diamond shape. Flip the napkin over horizontally, keeping the open part of the napkin at the top. Fold the bottom of the napkin up about 2/3 of the way. Press this fold down well. Fold the smaller triangle down. Then, the point should rest on the near edge of the napkin. Curl the left and right side of the napkin up so they meet in the middle. Tuck one into the other. Flip over. Stand up napkin and pull down on sides. Tug and napkin were needed to even it up and round it out. While working in this task performance, I realize or something I realize are I have an hidden skills when it comes to creating a menu, just like what you see in the first part of my video. I just using a particular application to make my own menu catchy, beautiful, and when it comes to creating a menu, I always consider the theme and the reaction of the guest who will pursue the design of our menu. Next is I've also learned while doing this activity is I have hidden talents in table skirting. As you can see, I am not using any kind of scripts, any kind of instructions in doing the activity. I just simply add the tablecloth in a way that I want, using a simple pleats, an arrow pleats, double pleats, even a diamond pleats. I also try that, but even it is hard, I really enjoy it, and I discovered to myself that I have potential in table skirting. Next is when it comes to table setup, that is one of the part that I love in this task performance. Why? Because I got an idea on how to set up a formal dinner even if I am in the home, especially these upcoming holidays. So I love this kind of activity. So I discovered as well that I have a talent when in doing the formal setup for dinner. Last is my confidence in speaking up what I've learned for this subject. I really love that my confidence have been bloomed and helps me and let me be ready for the future once I enter the industry. Aside from learning how to formally set a table for dinner, I also love in this activity is when I'm working with the 10 different table napkin foldings. In the first, it was really hard, but I believe when you enjoy something while you were practicing, you can create a beautiful outcome, and that is what happened to me while practicing, while watching examples on YouTube. I've learned that it is really fun, and when others can do that, what about me? So as well, I can do that. Then I can exert my effort with that because I love what I'm doing.